When we had last left the Spacefarer, they were back on Neon, where they finally met up with Nashar. Yes, the dude who got arrested very early on in their adventures on Neon, their first time visiting, in fact. Arrested for carrying a crumb of drug. And so they traveled to the prison jail cells and spoke with the man there, who recommended that they help him out, or help out his boss, some dude named Yannick Legrand. And it was by way of doing missions with them that they were introduced to none other than the amazing wares and goings-on of Xenofresh. That's right, this same institution that brought you amazing things, like Aurora, the legal drug of Neon. And so they went there and actually decided to get a job. Weirdly enough, they became a part-time employee. Despite it being Neon, it was kind of amazing in that they could just choose their own hours. They could do whatever they kind of wanted. It was, Neon, a hellscape of a place, but for whatever reason, they were just able to get gainfully employed and just kind of fuck off and do whatever they pleased. And do what they pleased, they did. They made a whole bunch of drugs and took a little bit for themselves, and Yannick was best pleased until none other than Mr. Bayou showed up and wanted a cut of the pie, and so they capitulated and handed it over. Now it was time to look at Sleepcrate and also probably try and sign up to fight the Disciples. That seemed like a good idea. This is Starfield. Welcome back. Zoop. Zoop, zoop. There we are. Let us track this. Our Sleepcrate visitation. I think we ought to do it. Good. And let us head on out of here. Let us leave all this. Good. Okay, and then over here. You know what's interesting to me? I think that there are actually, upon looking at it, are there not actually a whole bunch of outfits that rando NPCs are wearing that we cannot wear? Right? Like, look at this sweater. I mean, it's not really my kind of thing, like, I wouldn't want it. Is it a sweater? I think it might just be a shirt. By the way, I don't think we can get that, can we? Right? Like, just look around here. A lot of these, I'm not sure if we can actually have as the player. Are these like NPC-only outfits? Huh. Yeah, some of these seem familiar, right? But others, I'm not sure if we can get. Maybe we just haven't seen them, or have forgotten about them. Right, like this? This like, iconic Todd Howard bomber jacket? No, it's not a bomber, is it?
It's not that I don't like helping.
But it is definitely one that I'm pretty sure we saw him wear during the era of Fallout 4. Huh. Or this. Yes, certainly we do not have access to this, I don't think. Huh. How odd.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet.
All right. Let's head on out. I wonder if it has to do with, like, this as well. I was about to say, I wonder if it has to do with it being, like, a lower polygon count. So they give these outfits explicitly to, like, background NPCs. That way they're not as taxing on the game world. Right? Like this? This jacket? I don't know. But then sometimes I see these NPCs with outfits like that one person in the overalls, the, like, sci-fi overalls. And that seemed really, like this seems like it's got a high polygon count, but I guess I don't fucking know for sure. Huh. Yeah, weird.
You and me both.
I can't believe I only just now noticed that there's a bunch of NPCs going around with outfits that I don't think we have access to. Okay. Man, I'm making all sorts of weird realizations and revelations here in Neon. Right? The audio dialogue, like, limit. The outfits. What the fuck is next? Okay. Oh, here we go.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, this is it.
I'm doing
Right next to the big piles of shit.
Not sure
Awesome.
how much longer I can survive doing this lousy job.
Things are looking up.
Okay, well, let's take a peek around here. Good. Oh, the parsec pooch. Digging out the moon. I don't think we've actually seen anyone digging out a moon, have we? I feel like that's something
Okay.
that might exist somewhere in the game. Decorate. Oh, I can decorate this little tiny unit? Holy shit. Oh, this rocks. Oh my god. I can go into modify mode.
I don't even notice the kings in
What all can I move? What all can I modify? I don't think I can modify jack shit in here. Okay. Hold up.
Maybe, though, it's not as dangerous
Can I prop this open and then somehow build just outside of it? Oh fuck, I'm trapped inside, dude. Okay,
Oh,
there we go.
Hello.
Okay. I was here.
You want to look them over first?
Yeah, wow. It all has to fit inside of this shit. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Good. And then, well, what all what all can we throw inside this little fucking place? Oh, hell yeah. Should we put up some cool posters and pictures and shit? Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of that. Look at that. Wow. That just looks like a dragon over there. This just looks like Skyrim. Okay. Elder Scrolls player just sees various snow-capped mountaintops. Looks like Skyrim to me! Alright. Man, a lot of these we haven't seen. Right? What is this? Laser Love? Starring Pat Brandy and... Who's that? Celia Z, who said romance was dead. Oh, is one like a zombie or something? I think so. Maybe they're both zombies. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't think they're zombies, right? I think the tagline is just kind of unrelated to the movie. Okay. Muzzle and Me. Right, we've seen that one. An astonishing achievement. Filmmaking at its finest. A true triumph. The Silence of Sand. Blue Harvest. Image. Use a broom if necessary. Clean up. Erdbrow. Enhance. This weird shit. Nothing is beyond our reach when we work together. Okay. Oh, hey. It's the Parsec Pooch again. Man, there's a bunch. Blade gliding? Be all you can be in 0G. Look, there's even a number you can dial. Huh. Okay. Caution sign. We can get Space Frog going. Fuck, should we put up just a load of Space Frog up in here? I mean, what else are we gonna do? God, we can just have a whole fucking espresso machine in here. It takes up like almost the entirety of the real estate. God, this owns. Okay. I can just put it on the floor. Awesome. That's where I want my espresso machine. I want it right next to the toilet on the floor. Hell yes. Get a little bit of the secret ingredient in your coffee. Okay. I could like put a toilet in the toilet. Holy shit, the future is here, dude. Wait, I can't. It's technically floating. Okay, well, we can have toilet paper at least, right? Shit, look, it's up way too high. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Toilet paper. Boom. Look at that. Perfect. Wow, it looks way too nice. Okay. Good. Hanging rugs. Displays. I can get weapon rack. Backpack stand. Mission. I can have mission boards in here. Yo. Self-service bounty clearance. Oh my god, we can put that in here? Whole Constellation mission boards? Fuck me. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. They would actually fit too. I mean, we don't have the materials though, so I think we just throw some Space Frog up here. There we go. Hell yeah. Look at that. God, I love you, stupid ass Space Frog. Space Frog, take a shower with me. Take a shower and a shit with me, Space Frog, if you will. Okay. Well, here we go. Look at that. That's amazing. Can I put it on the roof? No, or on the ceiling? Can I put one here? Yeah, we'll just cover up that little ventilation or whatever, maybe? No, we'll just put it up there. Look, it looks so so horrible. The way it's all askew now. Okay, hang on, let's try and fix it. Okay. Good. I mean, now we've got this kind of weird spacing situation. Okay. I mean, that's probably as good as it's gonna get. Okay. How about another Space Frog? Is there somewhere else I can put one? Down here, maybe? Fuck. Okay, no, I don't think so. Okay. God, the mounted Ashta dartboard. Why are there so many dartboards? Why are there so many? Why are there so many dartboards, and why do they have their own little section just for dartboard? What's going on, dude? This shit's wild. Okay. Put a plant hanging up in here, too. Why not? What's a fun plant? Yeah, this one. It's way too huge. It is way too big. No, we can't do that. It is gigantic. How about these potted plants? Is there like a... No, they're fucking gigantic too for this place. What's the smallest one? It's like the first one, right? Yeah, this is as good as it's gonna get. God, it's such a horrible looking plant. It looks like the plant is puffed up and sick. You know, like it's caught some sort of affliction. Like it's blighted. Okay, fuck it. That'll do. Oh no, poor Space Frog! Oh fuck. The graffiti went over top of Space Frog. Okay. Well, what can you do?
What I don't sell ends up in trawl.
Alright. Let's check this. Yep, we got that accomplished. We have this star parcel package. But I think we're fucked on being able to deliver it, right? It ain't gonna work out. We'll give it a shot, I guess. Yeah, look. Yeah, it's a million miles away somehow. Okay. How about the audition? Let's do this. Let's head over to Ebside. Let's just join a gang. Okay, over here. Good. Oh, shit. Okay. How in the fuck do you get over to this place? Look, my little tracker device is not helping either. Okay, you know, I'm just going into the plaza. And we'll, hopefully we'll be able to navigate from there. Okay. Now, over this door. Oh shit, we have multiple... Oh no, wait, the other one went away. We had two little trackers, two little... I don't know what you call them. Little blips. Maybe they just moved so quickly that it tricked me into thinking that there were two. Okay. It's wild, by the way, that the deluxe sleep crate that we bought ain't even here. It's like on the complete opposite end of the city. Right? It ain't even here. How do you even get to watch over it? Maybe that's part of the benefit. Maybe that was part of why it was so expensive. You get some fucking privacy for once.
Madame Sauvage's place, where the
Oh yeah.
In the city that never sleeps.
Oh yeah. Never sleep, never sleep. Just eating sauvages. I can't not think of sausage. Madame Sausages. Come on.
I am zoned out of my mind right now.
Okay. What's up with you? Whoa. Your hair.
If I want
Was this
to kill
available?
things, I head over to Euphorica. But Borealis works with any means.
Okay, what do you have to say?
Mate, I love her music so much.
Borealis? Me too. I'm not sure I follow. What are you talking about? You call this music? Yeah.
I'm talking about Borealis, mate. I vibe with that bird hard. She's a beast on the beat. And I love her.
Oh no.
Right boom! Boom! Yeah, hear it? It's bloody mood, innit?
Okay, let's take it easy.
So I can get me head bobbing with the wave. Find that zone.
Alright, it sounds like you're a big fan of Borealis. I might be able to help you out with the Aurora if you give me something in return. You junkies are pathetic. Clean yourself up and get a job. Hey, I could be a drug dealer. You want some drugs?
You got the goods, and I'll think about it. I need a hit. Bad. Normally, I'd never leave the Astral Lounge. I can't stand being away from that place. And, but I can't listen to Borealis.
God, this guy's gonna
if
murder
I'm not
her.
zoning. That bird's song deserves the best eye Aurora can fly.
Borealis needs her slate back. I was told you. Wait, you're the guy! You're the guy who took her important shit. Okay. So it is true. You're a fan of Borealis? Yeah, obviously. Come on. How fucking dumb are we? All right. You're kind of a fan. You're kind of a fan, huh? Let's say.
A fan? Mate, I'm way more than that. I've been following her career since her club hopping days. I know every song, every lyric, and every beat. I can probably tell you the number of hairs on her head, if you cared about that sort of thing.
Because I've been physically following her
There's
too,
nothing
mate.
weird about it. I just vibe with her music on like a cellular level. You understand? In fact, I've made a whole bloody career out of following that woman. Hell, I probably know that bird better than she knows herself.
Okay, great. Well, what do you even like about the music?
It's the way she makes the colours dance. With most beats, you get these colourful flashes, and the world gets all wavy-like.
Wait, he doesn't even like the music, it's the
Borealis
colors?
makes the Aurora dance like nothing I've ever seen. Her mods puts out a spectrum of colours that don't even exist. When she hits those high notes, and you're completely zoned, you don't just ride the wave, you steer it.
Her music's alright. I completely agree. She's brilliant. I'd rather listen to nails on a chalkboard until blood starts coming out of my ears. Wow, yeah, I completely agree. She's so cool. She's great.
So you get it there.
Of course I get it.
Borealis's mods are an experience.
Yeah, mods.
Every note is like a set of
Who doesn't love
hands
Sky
lifting
UI?
you up into the zone, real gentle-like. And when it peaks, it's like you reached a whole new state of being.
Okay, well, Borealis does need her slate back. I was told you have it.
Mate, there's no way in hell I'm giving you this. This slate brings me closer to her. As her biggest fan, I feel like I deserve to have it.
Oh, man. Okay. Give Aurora. I'll trade you Aurora for it. You said yourself the music isn't the same without it. Persuade. There's got to be a way to convince you. Let me get back to you. How could you steal from your idol? How could you steal from Borealis?
I didn't steal anything. Borealis always says her music belongs to her fans. So I just took what was mine.
Fair enough. That's not how it works. I don't think that would hold up in a court of law. No, you know, fair enough. Yeah, sure, fair enough.
See? That wasn't so hard. I'm not giving up this slate.
Okay, well, what if I give up some drugs for you? I don't think I have any on me right now, though, but... Yeah, do you want some drugs?
Well, if you bloody had any, maybe we could talk.
Okay. Sure, well, let me get back to you. I'll go manufacture some.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
Hey, who are you? Oh, you're a ballistic weapons specialist. Grace Early?
You tried velocity yet? That'll change your life.
You good?
Okay. Sophia Grace? Well, how are there two Graces here? Oh, you! Didn't I come in here earlier to talk with you? Yeah. Okay. Who are you, though?
Had a second to
Oh,
chat?
you're a hireling.
I'm in the market for a job that'll get me out of Neon. If you need some muscle on your crew, I might be your girl.
I don't know, you don't seem like muscle. You've got you got 3 points in stealth, right? That maybe like subterfuge. I'll never say no to having more muscle on my crew. I'll tough it out on my own, thanks. Do you make yourself useful on a ship? What do you do?
I think so. I've never been on one before, but I'm a quick learner and I'm trained for combat. I hear the space lanes are getting more dangerous every day. It might be nice to have a tough chick around, right?
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, I kind of love the characterization here that this person is selling themselves to me as being like, oh yeah, I'm tough as shit. I'm the fucking muscle. But it's actually like a gigantic baby. I love the idea of that. But I'm not sure if they're intentionally going for that. It feels like that's what they're doing, but I don't know if they're just misfiring, right? Because everything else here at the top right points toward, I'm a weird baby. I'm just a little baby. I'm not actually tough. All right. Well, shit, I'll never say no to having more muscle on my crew.
Man, am I glad to hear that. Thank you so much. So, before we finalize anything, I should probably tell you that I'm a member of the Disciples. If that changes your mind, I get it. Not everybody likes associating with gangs.
I was just about to join a gang in here. A rival one. As long as you're willing to fight for me, I don't care who else you work for. I'm sorry, but that's a deal breaker. Who are the Disciples? Will taking you with me get on the Disciples' bad side? Why would it do that? If she's with the Disciples, wouldn't I get on their good side? Who are the Disciples?
One of Neon's biggest gangs. We mostly operate in Ebside, like the Strikers.
Okay. Will taking you with me get on the Disciples' bad side?
No, of course not. I wouldn't involve you in any kind of trouble. The gang's leaders know I'm planning to take a contract job off-world.
Okay, sure, yeah, I don't care who else you work for.
Thanks. That's a big relief. You wouldn't be the first person to turn me down when they found out. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to discuss my salary. Loyal service doesn't come free. Not when I have debts to pay off. I'll accept your standard going rate, not a credit less.
Okay. We should probably start hiring all these people, right? All the folks who have, like, unique names and shit. We should be hiring them and getting them set up on planetary outposts, right? Fuck them working on the ship. I don't give a shit. I want them to go to work. Oh my gosh, this person is a specter on the right. Okay. I can't afford to pay in full right now, but let's negotiate.
Okay, as long as you aren't trying to screw me.
God, Hadrian, let's screw this fool. I'm sure we can work something out. Who knows how long it'll be before you get another offer? You must not get around much if you think anybody would pay that. Let's say that.
I know
It
how
worked!
much I'm worth. Too bad you don't. Okay,
What?
fine, I'll take it.
I
Something
succeeded
better
though.
than nothing.
I see. maybe she didn't mean that as like accusatory, as like saying like, yeah, that's not convincing me. It was more of regret, more like, I know how much I'm worth. It's too bad you don't. Right? Her delivery was very much like, I know how much I'm worth, and it's too bad you fucking don't. I'm demanding the initial offer. Right? But in reality, she was absolutely bending to what we wanted. All right. Yeah, well, here you go. This is actually the standard salary for my crew.
Works for me. I'm ready to start whenever.
Great. Yeah, go to Outpost Gordon. Get the fuck out there. Outpost Gordon, baby. Fuck yes.
I have a couple things to sort out here, then I'll head to my post. This is going to be fantastic. I've been waiting my entire life to get out of Neon. So long, Captain.
Okay, sure. Wow, great. Yeah, we need to do every time we see a hireling now, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna buy them up and like send them out. Okay. But they have to be a named one, right? That's the key distinction. Right, like this person ballistic specialist. No fucking dice. Alright. Andrea Sandoval. Look at this. Holy shit. Did you kill Elder Maxon for this shit? Holy hell. What a cool outfit.
Yes. What are you looking at? This? This is Ebside Striker's turf.
Only the upstairs. Don't bother my customers.
Fine, upstairs. That's gang territory, got it?
Fine, upstairs. Shit, she's scary. Feels more like a regular bar to me. Got it. Thanks for the warning. If you're trying to scare me, you're failing badly. I'm not afraid of you! I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, back in the day, you would never. Ugh. Yeah, you used to be people were afraid of the Strikers. We had a name, got it? Now the disciples got us penned up in this lousy bar.
Andrea.
Fine, fine, fine. This beautiful establishment. Do you have anything else, or are we done with this? Whatever this is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about joining up with y'all. I'm gonna put you motherfuckers back on the map. I've heard of your gang. I need to talk to the person in charge. Can you tell me about the Ebside Strikers? What are the disciples like? I just hired one of them. Can you tell me about the Strikers?
We were one of the big dogs. We could take what we wanted and no one gave us shit. And Briggs? Total class act. Not a psycho like the disciples. Now look at us.
So what are the disciples like?
I mean, the Strikers will rob you blind, and if you back us in a corner, you're gonna bleed. But the disciples?
Aren't they backed into a corner right now?
Animals. They torture people for kicks. And the only people that kept them from getting out of control? Us. And now we're all but ruined.
Well, I've heard of your gang. I need to talk to the person in charge.
So you stroll in here and want to meet with Briggs? The nerve. Maybe you should meet with the business end of my shiv, huh, tourist?
No
Your
blood
shiv.
in my shop, Andrea. I'm this close to tossing the lot of you out on the street.
Fine, fine already. You're lucky. Only way you see Briggs is if you, want to join the Ebside Strikers.
Yeah, I do want to join the Ebside Strikers. What's so funny? I'm not interested in the Strikers. I've always wanted to be in a gang. Take me to Briggs and I'll think about joining. What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. Joining us now is great. People are banging down our door to go down with this ship.
Okay, well, I've always wanted to be in a gang. You know, we've slowly been making this heel turn into being fucking deranged, right? You know, we've got the perfect setup. We've been touching weird rocks and shit. We're getting fucked up. I've always wanted to be in a gang.
Huh. Well, ain't you gung-ho? This ought to be good. Sure, let's go meet the boss.
Okay. Great, let's meet with Briggs. Can I get a cool, like, outfit? Like you? I mean, it's not really my style, but shit, maybe Hadrian would like it. Okay. Cool. Who's this? Oh, it's just a guy. Anyone named here? I don't think so. This is it? Okay. Sure. Is Hadrian allowed up here? Oh, I don't think so. Alright. Well, fine.
Who's this?
Someone says they might want to join.
A recruit. Been a while.
I know, right? Sauvage says we can't go killing people around here anymore.
We shouldn't be doing that anyhow. You want to join us? We're a gang. You understand that, right? Not some daring adventure bullshit you can brag to your friends about. We steal, we mug, we kill if we have to. People that come to us have usually run out of options. So are you really interested?
Yeah, I 100% want to join. I'm only here to deal with the disciples. They're a menace. I really am interested in joining a gang. I'm not sure. I need to know more first. Fuck yeah, I want to join a gang. Look at me.
Never judge a book by its cover, then. Let me tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different is we're family. It's us against every goddamn thing the world can throw at us. If you're in, we'll go through hell and back for you.
It's been a little too much of that hell going round.
Vogel, not the time. We do everything we can to make sure everyone's got a roof overhead and fish in their belly. I prefer we fleece the marks, not kill them. Better for everyone in the long run. But you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to kill the people you're robbing, right? It's, basic mob activity 101, right? Why do you keep the gang from killing people? Sign me up then. I'm not interested. Why do you keep the gang from killing people?
Ebbside is where all the loser and sad stories end up once Neon and Administrator Bayou has used them up. Surviving here ain't easy. Sometimes blood's got to flow just to get food based on your plate. But we only take what we have to.
Well, sign me up then.
Not so fast. I gotta get to know you first. What would you bring to the Strikers?
I'm a problem solver. You'd be lucky to have me. I've carved a path through the settled systems. You need me. No offense, but I'm smarter and more competent than anyone you got. No offense, but everyone here seems like dog shit idiots. Y'all just let me walk up in here and expect me to be intimidated by the fact that you're some kind of fucking crime boss guy with a giant knife stuck in the table he's sitting at, huh? Well, I'm not fucking impressed.
Confident. I like it. You know your own worth. Done anything special? Something that might impress us.
Wow, we can say all this. I'm involved with Constellation. I've been to strange monuments and gained mysterious powers. I dealt with the Terramorph threat for the UC. I'm the one that brought down Ron Hope on Polvo. Don't tell anyone. But I'm the Mantis. That's wild that we can say it to them. Huh. God, there's so many I want to say. Fuck, I wish I used my power right now to see what the response was for all of these. I love the reactivity. I'm assuming if we say, yeah, I have powers, he'll be like, yeah, whatever. Huh.
This is pointless.
I killed Ron Hope.
Really? I heard the Freestar Rangers did that. You know what? Never mind. I'm not sure what your game is, but if you really want to join, there's a test. You're going up against the Disciples. Everyone in Ebbside's been chewed up and ground up by Neon.
Just like the fish.
And snap hard. The Disciples are maniacs, pure and simple. The test is to find out who has been arming those nutjobs with military-grade hardware.
I'd like to end as many of the Disciples as I can. I'm not sure about your gang yet. Do I really need to take a test? I need to take a test to join the fucking gang?
If you're a striker, it means the Disciples are going to come after you hard. But you do this, we know you can hack it, and you're willing to risk your neck.
Oh, is this like the hazing? Okay, well, sure. I'd like to end as many of the disciples as I can, especially the one that I just hired for 7,500 credits. That's why I send her to Outpost Gordon.
We're fully in alignment there. There's a warehouse they use. One of our friends said there's a slate there that has the info we need.
Oh, that's my job. I was going to go in and make them pay.
You want it? Too bad, Vogel. You go in there, and it's a bloodbath. I want someone that can snatch it from them. Ideally with them never even knowing it happened. Consider this your audition. Try not to get killed, new fish.
New fish. Uh-oh. Okay.
Don't blow it. It took weeks to find this lead. I know Briggs said, go quiet, or whatever. I say, take as many of the disciple bastards out as you can.
Alright.
Don't break a leg. because it's an audition.
There's no shame if you just walk away
whatever.
and go back to your pretty little life.
You pulled this off, and I'll be your #1 fan.
Okay.
See you later.
Briggs.
Do what it takes to survive. You're no use to anyone dead.
So just how bad are things?
The disciples have got the numbers. They've got the guns. What we have left are the diehards. But we are a family. We genuinely care about each other and have each other's back. So, we may be down, but we are not beaten.
Okay. I'm sure every gang is saying that they're family, right? I'm sure every corporation here too. Alright, how'd you wind up in charge of the strikers?
I had another life, but I lost it all. Taken from me. Vogel and I were cast out on the street. We couldn't find work after months. Things got dark. So crime was the only option. We picked up misfits and unfortunates from there, but all of them fighters. Willing to do anything it takes.
Are the strikers safe here?
Madame Sauvage is a serious player in Ebside.
Really?
For previous favors rendered, she's protecting us. And even the disciples won't go against her. But we take one step outside, and all bets are off.
Huh.
We'll talk later.
Okay. Cool. What about you? Who are you?
Hurt any of the strikers, I will break you.
Do you sell stuff?
If you
or are you
hurt
just hanging out here?
any of the strikers, I will break you.
Okay.
The job's about getting the slate. Focus on that.
Alright, I'll focus on it. Shit.
I hope you aren't here to cause any trouble.
No, but what is up with you, madame?
New customer. Bienvenue. Before you order, I have 2 simple rules you need to know. Oh, this is my place. That means everyone in here is under my protection. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Deux. If you're buying drinks, you better have cash. Madame Sauvage does not offer credit. Good? Ça c'est bon?
All I have are credits. I didn't even know cash existed in this world. Alright, completely understood. You won't have any trouble from me. I've never been quoted rules at a bar before. I don't like being told what to do. I love your accent. Where is it from? I think this is the first time we can say this. What's up? What's going on? I love your accent. Where is it from?
Oh, well, thank you very much for the compliment. I'm told my family tree traces itself back to Europe, on Earth. Specifically the region known as France. A long and proud history, no?
Okay. This is like what the... I think maybe the second or third time we could comment on someone's, like, accent or speech patterns. Right? The other one being the dude aboard the Constant. Right? I want to say. Right? We could talk about his use of Yiddish. Huh. Which is interesting because doesn't it imply that our character definitely doesn't have that accent, right? If it's like something unfamiliar to us. Okay, well, shit, I've never been quoted rules at a bar before.
Oh, well then, I'm honored to be your first, mon trésor. So, what can Madame Sauvage get you? Have you come to try velocity, perhaps? Or do you prefer something with a little less kick?
I wouldn't mind seeing a menu. Nothing for me right now. What if I was looking for Information. Velocity? What's that? What's velocity? Everybody's talking about it.
It's nothing less than heaven in a glass. As though the universe itself was resting her lips on yours.
Oh.
My own personal creation.
What? You better not. This better not just be alcohol that you put drugs in. Come on. That better not be what it is. Well, what if I was looking for information?
You want information? Go read a book. You want a drink? Talk to Madame Sauvage. That's how things work in my place.
All right. Well, sure. Let's see the menu.
Of course, of course. Anything for my special new customer.
Oh, fried pickles. Okay. Oh, there's all kinds of it. Oh, it looks like a... Yeah, it looks like a container of cologne. What the fuck? This shit looks like cologne! You drink this? Oh, shit. Okay. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? This shit's radioactive. Oh my god, I think I've seen the fucking children of Adam hawking this stuff. Potent alcoholic beverage infused with bioengineered luminescent plankton. Okay. It all does the same thing, though. Okay. Well, I guess we'll buy the yellow one, because it looks probably the most absurd of them all. Dude, blend is so much better. Sparkling wine? Okay. A sandwich, patty melt. Alright, fair enough. Great. It really does look like cologne.
Hey there!
Hey! Oh. Nobody working this? Okay. Hey, look, there's some of the blue. Yeah, it really is luminescent for real. Yeah, look at these. Wow. Jeez, yeah, the glow on them makes them seem like there's some kind of extra rare pickup or whatever, right?
Can I get you
Like if this were a BioShock game or whatever, I'd pick this up and I'd start shooting like crows out of my
The
hands.
strikers are upstairs, so we better be on our best behavior. Take it easy.
Okay. Sure. Let's make sure we're tracking this. Yeah. Alright. Everybody's got a slate gone missing. Fair enough.
Like velocity after a rough shift at Xeno. Makes you forget
Oh,
about
they got the mission boards and stuff in here as well. Look at this. We got a show, Sophia, going on?
That's for sure. Wanna chat?
Can I ask you some personal questions?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Man, you've got some rudimentary lore? Okay. I'd like to talk more about your childhood in Neon.
I can deal with that.
You mentioned you'd been waiting your whole life to leave Neon. Why is that?
I couldn't stand what Neon was turning me into.
Look at Hadrian up there.
The city has a way of sucking the life out of you and making you mean. I've seen it happen to lots of people. When I was forced to join the Disciples, I felt the meanness starting to get to me too. And that's what convinced me it was time to go.
I thought you were still with them. I had no idea things in Neon were that bad. I'm sure not everyone who lives there feels that way. What do you mean Neon sucks the life out of people? You didn't join the Disciples by choice? What do you mean Neon sucks the life out of people?
Unless you're born into money, your best hope at making a living in Neon is slinging chasm bass or getting into some kind of crime. And if you do manage to wrestle your way up the ladder, there's always someone above you trying to kick you back down. When you live that way long enough, you start losing hope. Some turn to Aurora for a substitute. Those who don't end up just drifting. It's horrible.
You didn't join the Disciples by choice?
Not by a long shot. They strong-arms me into it. The gangs in Neon are just as good at taking advantage of people as the megacorps are.
You know what? I've got a fucking working theory now. We'll talk about it after this. All right. I had no idea things in Neon were that bad. Either way, we're kind of refuting her own lived experience, right? Where they're like being such an idiot despite having hung out here, or just like legit, like I said, refuting her own lived experience. I had no idea things in Neon were that bad.
That doesn't surprise me. Bayou and the Megacorps make sure most people see Neon through Aurora-tinted glasses.
Aurora-tinted. Gotcha. What part of Neon did you grow up in?
Ebbside. The rough part of town. My family shared a Sleepcrate with a few other people. It was cramped, but at least we had a roof over our heads. Not everybody in Neon can say the same. There's a lot of homelessness in Ebbside. That's the kind of stuff I was happy to leave behind.
How did the Disciples convince you to join them?
I didn't have much of a choice. My family owes them a lot of money, and they agreed to let us off the hook for some of it if I'd join the gang and work for them. I couldn't pass that offer up. My parents don't have a lot of income. They opened a shop in Ebbside with the money the Disciples loaned them, but the strikers burned it down. I guess they thought the Disciples were using it for some kind of money laundering.
That's an awful situation. I hope something changes. Joining a gang seems like a steep price to pay, even to help out your family. The strikers? Were your parents laundering money, or did the strikers get it wrong? Why were the Disciples so interested in having you? It is so weird that she's a disciple in here when all the strikers are just right up there, you know? The strikers?
The Ebbside Strikers. They're a rival gang of the Disciples. I'm really glad they weren't the ones who asked me to join them. Those guys scare me.
You sure picked a weird bar to go to, though, if they scare you a lot. Huh. It's like you're a completely... It almost feels like you're from a different world in which the roles of the Disciples and the Strikers have been swapped around based on literally everything else we've heard everywhere. Were your parents laundering money, or did the Strikers get it wrong?
Of course the Strikers had it wrong. My parents weren't doing anything like that. They opened the shop so people in Ebbside would have an affordable place to buy food. They only took a loan from the Disciples. They never did any business with them.
Okay, maybe that's the idea, is that this person is, like, incredibly naive. Maybe. Why were the Disciples so interested in having you?
I know I don't look like it, but I'm one of the best brawlers in Neon. The Disciples were looking for a new heavy, and I fit the bill. They'd actually been trying to recruit me for a while before I agreed to join up. I've been on their radar since I knocked out one of their members on the street.
Wow.
Guy should have tried to mug me. Might still have his front teeth, and I might not be in this situation.
Okay. But at the same time, she literally isn't, right? She literally is not good at brawling, right? She has skills, and none of them have anything to do with, like, physical fitness or literally the skills where you do extra damage in unarmed combat, right? She's good at sneaking and lasers, right? As a member of Constellation, I can look at you and appraise your abilities, and I have determined that you're full of shit. All right. Huh. Well. Yeah, yeah, we should say this after we just joined a gang. Her rival one, no less. Joining a gang seems like a steep price to pay, even to help out your family.
It's not how I saw my life going. I'll just put it that way. But not having a way to pay would be worse for my family. My parents barely make a living at Xenofresh. They'd never get out of debt without my help. But I made it clear to the Disciples that I wanted out as soon as the debt was paid. Honestly, I don't want to be anywhere near Neon when the last payment goes through. I'm sure the Disciples would just find another way to get me to stay.
Well, great. I'm going to send you to a planet in the fucking ass end of nowhere to try and dig up a whole bunch of aluminum. Noted. I'll do my best to keep you away from Neon. I sometimes do business in Neon. You might not be able to avoid going back. What else could the Disciples use to get you to stay?
My family's still there. The disciples aren't above using people as tools to get what they want.
Okay. Man, we can ask this person a ridiculous amount of stuff, right? There's like an absurd amount of extra dialogue here. Are they all like this? All of the named ones? Okay, well, sometimes I do business in Neon, like for instance right now. You might not be able to avoid going back.
I get that. I won't ask you to make any changes to your business just for me, and I'll still go there with you if I have to. Just maybe try to stay away from Epside. We'll both be a lot safer that way. I'm really sorry you have to get wrapped up in this at all. I know it's a messy situation. Almost makes me sorry I ever learned to fight at all. The disciples might have agreed to let us pay off the debt in some other way if I didn't have something to offer them. Sorry, that's really heavy. Did you have any other questions?
Oh my gosh, look at all this. You must have some serious skills if the disciples wanted you so badly. How did you learn to fight? Yeah, how did you learn to fight? You're so fucking good at fighting. How did you learn?
I learned from a Freestar Navy vet named Talon. He lived on the streets near my parents' place in Epside. My mom gave him food when he had it to spare. We sort of became friends since he lived in our area. He started teaching me to fight, so I'd be able to defend myself if anyone gave me trouble in Epside. I couldn't have picked a better teacher. Thugs in Neon talk a big game, but I don't know many with the combat skills to stand up to a Navy vet.
Oh my gosh, look at all this. Holy fuck. Okay, how did Talon feel about your decision to join the Disciples? I'm guessing Talon ain't around anymore.
He was pretty pissed.
Oh.
Talon hates gangs. He didn't speak to me for weeks after he saw me patrolling the streets with other disciples. That's one more reason to get out as soon as I can.
How did a Freestar Navy veteran end up living on the streets in Ebside?
He got hooked on Aurora during the Colony War, so the Navy discharged him. It happens more than you'd think. He tried to get sober while he was teaching me, but I don't think he ever fully kicked the habit. Aurora's no joke. Personally, I'll never touch it.
How did Talon react when you told him you were leaving Neon? Yeah, they don't talk about the Colony War too much here on Neon, do they? I don't think so, right? I would assume that a lot of the businesses on Neon, though, were like profiteering off of the Colony War, right? But I don't know for sure. How did Talon react when you told him you were leaving Neon?
He was happy for me. He knows I've always wanted to leave Neon. It was tough to say goodbye. I made him promise he'd be there when I came back to visit. I told him I'd keep a journal while I traveled. So the next time we saw each other, I could show him all the amazing things I've seen.
Okay. I'm not a big believer in using violence to solve problems. That must have been a big advantage on the streets. I mean, how can we say I'm not a big believer in using violence to solve problems when we very much are, right? How many times have we tried to take someone in with less than lethal force, but we just believe in violence a lot. We believe in violence. That must have been a big advantage on the streets.
It was. There's lots of crime in Epside. I've been in more than one situation where knowing how to throw a good punch probably saved my life. Fighting really isn't my go-to solution, though. Defending yourself is one thing, but I'm not okay with unprovoked violence.
Okay. I mean, that's the first hint that, like, maybe this character is good at stealth. You know? Did they just assign her the wrong stats, maybe? Maybe she just has the incorrect stats and someone else got whatever perk it is that makes you good at fist fighting or whatever? Is that it, maybe? Okay, well, that shouldn't be a problem. I don't start fights unless I have to. Hope I can count on you to back me up if things get violent out here. Did you learn that way of thinking from Talon?
Yeah, I did. He always says that combat skills are a tool, not a weapon, and that I should never use them unless I have to. I don't know what Talon saw on the battlefield, but it must have been really bad. He's even more opposed to violence than I am.
Wow, where is he? Can I find him and recruit him too? he sounds like he might be even better than you. All right, well, shit, I hope I can count on you to back me up if things get violent out here. I'm in pretty violent situations, I'll be honest, for being a teacher turned miner to galaxy trotting adventurer. I get in a lot of shootouts, and aliens shoot me too.
Of course you can. That's what you hired me to do. As long as you don't do anything crazy like shooting at civilians, we won't have a problem.
Wow, a gangbanger with a set of morals. What the fuck? Are there any places in the settled systems that you're most excited to see? Yeah, do you want to go anywhere?
So many. I think I've read every tourist guide at the Neon Spaceport. Traveling's always been a dream of mine. Earth's moon is right at the top of my list. I've always been curious about it, but New Atlantis is a really close second. The travel guides make it seem incredible. It sounds like the exact opposite of Neon.
I don't know. I think it's got more in common than you would imagine. New Atlantis, at least. I'll keep your list in mind when I'm picking our next stop. Is there actually reactivity if you take her to those places? How much do these random followers have to them? Right? Like, do they have as much as, for instance, Hadrian over here, who seems very, like, worried that she's about to get replaced? But, do they actually say a shitload of stuff? Huh. Is there a reason you're so interested in Earth's moon?
I had a storybook that took place there. My mom read it to me before bed every night when I was a kid. I used to fall asleep dreaming about walking on the moon like some old-timey astronaut from Earth. I've always wondered what it would feel like to be there.
Huh. What do the travel guides you've read say about New Atlantis?
They say it's the cleanest city in the settled systems, with trees and fresh water everywhere. And they talk about mass too, of course. I've heard that the most brilliant thinkers in the galaxy work there. I bet it's true. It must take a lot to keep a city like New Atlantis running smoothly. The last guide I read also had some pictures of the Nat. It seems amazing. If we ever end up in New Atlantis, the first thing I want to do is write it.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like this is a relic from another version of the game almost. You know? Wherein it is a bit more of a task to travel between systems and whatnot. You know, like at the very least, it taxes your ship's fuel and whatnot. Huh. Okay, what other places have you read about?
I've read a lot about Aquila City. Solomon Coe's always been a hero of mine. I'm fascinated with his legacy. And I found a whole pamphlet about the Sol system recently. Most of it was about Sidonia, but I read a little bit about New Homestead too. I also picked up a brochure on Paradiso right before we met. Talk about luxury. I can't believe a place like that even exists.
Oh my gosh, you know about all sorts of shit. Alright, well, I'll keep your list in mind when I'm picking our next stop.
Thanks. That's really kind of you, Captain. No rush, though. I've waited 20 years to see the settled systems. I can wait a little longer.
Okay, well, I don't have any more questions right now. I cannot believe how much you had to fucking say.
I think it's sweet that you like getting to know your crew.
Okay. So about my weird little theory about all this,
Okay. Hello.
I cannot help but feel as if there was a point in time in Starfield's development, and I feel like pre-release information that came out even alluded to this possibility, with regards to the backgrounds and all of that. It really seems like they originally had it set up to where whenever you start a new character, rather than always starting up as a miner working for Argos on Vectera, right? Not everyone would start there. In fact, probably no one would start there, and that would be a different stage of the game's main story quest, you know? And instead, you would choose one of the three big, like, planets that has a sort of, like, safe zone city or whatever, right? So you could be here on Neon, you could be at New Atlantis, or you could be at Aquila. depending on like which of the 3 origins you picked. And at first it would start out, you wouldn't immediately have access to a spaceship, right? I want to say I remember early on them remarking in interviews or something like that, or previews, about how Starfield kind of had multiple sorts of moments in the game where it opens up, right? Wherein you open up to the planet that you start on, right? And by open up, I mean sort of like the feeling when you come out of the starter tutorial area in Skyrim, or like you come out of the starter vault in Fallout. You know, stuff like that. They love to do their big like, oh, you've just emerged for the first time, look at the incredible world and stuff, right? They mentioned there being multiple stages of that feeling in Starfield. And I wonder if originally it was your starter planet, you know, your origin planet, and then you get opened up to the settled systems as a whole, you know? I wonder if that was originally in the plan, or in the cards. And for some reason they decided to unify all of the starter experiences under one banner, and just have you start as a miner on Vectera no matter what, right? Rather than like, oh, pick your origin, and then based on your origin, maybe you have access to specific backgrounds that align with that origin planet. Like, maybe you can't be a gangster or whatever, right? You can't have the, like, gangster cyber runner, one of those backgrounds, if you don't also live on Neon, right? And maybe, for instance, in my character's case, maybe you couldn't be a professor unless you lived on New Atlantis or on Aquila, right? Or maybe just New Atlantis, I don't know. But I feel like we're peering into little snippets of parts of Starfield that got cut ultimately, right? And I'm very curious, as I very much wonder why they decided, it seems like, to get rid of those origins and whatnot, right? I don't know. Because the start on Vectera, it definitely gets you started, like, into action a lot more quickly, right? But I don't know, I vastly prefer having, like, a different origin, like, starting on a different planet and whatnot, right? Because each one of these planets, Neon, Aquila, and New Atlantis, they all have their own associated faction. They all have areas that feel like, oh, these are all 3, like, relatively low-level areas wherein you could be a low-level character and do, like, missions here. And a lot of the dialogue and stuff feels very introductory, you know? I don't know, it's very curious to me. Maybe I'm off on that, but I don't know. Does it not seem like to you as well? not to do the fucking old trope where it's like, viewer, let me know what you think in the comments below. But for real, does it not seem like that? You don't have to leave a fucking comment or whatever, right? But for real, does it not seem that way? That you were originally intended to start on one of these 3, and then sort of, you're maybe, okay, yeah. Rather than getting picked up by Constellation by way of touching whatever, something happens with your storyline on one of those 3 planets, and you end up being a miner. You end up having to go to Vectera, right? After your origin story, similar to, like, Cyberpunk 2077 in recent memory, or further back, and in my opinion did it better, Dragon Age Origins, right? There's a choke point, a funnel point in all of the branching narrative in which somehow you end up on Vectera, right? Somehow you end up on Vectera touching whatever and getting recruited by Constellation, meeting Barrett, and all of that. But instead, they cut out all of that stuff to just get you to the action a lot quicker. I wonder. And frankly, I could totally understand why they would want to get rid of stuff like that if they did. But on a personal level, I kind of love slow burns, right? I love shit like that where it is moving kind of like at a snail's pace. I don't need to open with wonder or a gunfight or anything like that, you know? Because we do get our spaceship remarkably quick, based on, I believe, what I remember hearing, you know, about the game, like, opening up multiple times, right? It would make so much sense to me if initially you just played the game like a regular BGS game, running around your starter planet, and then you finally manage to get a spaceship, and that whole system opens to you, right? It takes a while to get to that point. Huh. All right, well, nonetheless, enough thinking about about possibilities, right? But I cannot help it. Even in Skyrim, you know, there were plenty of instances of seeing cut content and whatnot, and thinking about other versions of the game, right? But hey, that's neither here nor there. When next we come back, we're probably doing more stuff with the Strikers, right? Very, very weird situation with Sophia Grace here, who, I don't know, seems all over the fucking place, honestly, including on top of a table. All right, until next time, please take care of each other.